Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Getting started in a couple of minutes. Okay, please bear with us and letting a few more people into the room, and we will get started very shortly. Okay, so just hang on. Thanks. All right, everybody, let's try and get going here kind of promptly because I'm going to cut it short just a little bit early today because, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to play golf. Let's get right up to what's going on. I've just been playing around this morning. I mean, the markets have been very, very tough, although waiting around for the PMI numbers that just came in about 15 minutes ago, which were surprisingly to the upside and putting a little bit of pressure. Gold dropped precipitously, dollar ran up very, very bullishly. The indexes look like they're coming down. I'm currently short the Russell 2000 and the Nasdaq. It's very, very small positions. It's not a typical, let's just call it AT trade. I'm not necessarily looking for a one and an eighth to one risk reward ratio right now. I am putting, like I said, small positions on. Market's volatile. I am very bearish in general, as I've been discussing. I would love to see, I'm sorry for you guys that are long, but I would love to see, a Friday washout for once. I've been expecting them once in a while, put a little fear into the marketplace. I'm sorry to say, on a Friday, with some precipitous drops, put a little fear into the marketplace into the weekend, and then see how we open up on Monday. Now, unfortunately, on these accounts, because this is a prop account, I am going to have to exit these positions. I do have a futures account personally, which I trade because I am in the US. And so I am restricted on FX. When you own or trade an FX account in the US, you're limited in margin, you're limited on the instruments you could trade. I can't trade gold or silver. I can't trade the indexes. So what I do is I have a futures account here in the US, and I'll trade some real money on the futures account. So I am short, and I will stay short. I'm looking hopefully for a washout this afternoon. I don't know if that's going to happen. To be honest with you, I mean, who knows? These markets are so whippy. But I think the PMI that came out this morning definitely maybe threw a little shudder into the market, but they're just the indexes have just been very, very resilient. So I'm waiting for that drop, but the world is waiting for the indexes to drop. And I'm on board with them. In the meantime, they keep squeezing higher, especially second half of the day. We talked about that. They keep squeezing higher a little bit, and they're really frustrating the shorts. And that's how the markets play. Sometimes that's how they work. They frustrate you. Now, somebody like me, I'm fine because I'm in and out. I don't sit and hold. So I have not been holding shorts, waiting or getting squeezed out. I'm not sitting short. So I have not been getting squeezed out. It's not how I trade. It's not how we trade here at AT. So that's okay. But I still have that short bias, which we've talked about, and I hold that bias. I think the economy is in a lot more trouble than people are giving it credit for, or people are thinking, quite frankly. And so that's my position, and my position hasn't changed. I'd like to see, again, right now I'm keeping my positions, very, very small. As a matter of fact, I had a lousy entry, lousy. I didn't have a good entry at all on the Russell 2000. I took it earlier, and even though it's a very small position, and I was not risking much at all, um, I still, got it into. If you take a look over here on the Russell 2000, I mean, I was going, kind of short, in this area, and all because it was a very small position, and I wanted to hold it for today, and especially through the news as well. I gave it a lot of room, but it was only a quarter of a lot, 0.25. So even when it came up here, I sat with it up here, and I had put my stop just to take a look. Okay, my stop is way up here because it's a small position. So even up here, just take a look. Even up here at this number. In case it's not, let me just see what my P and L is. Even at this number, hold on a second. Just make it get it. Come on, my computer's so much. I can't pull up with the P and L. It's minuscule. Okay, hang on. Let's just go back to it. Sell, sell, sell. And let's take a look. Okay. So as you can see, I was in earlier this morning. So I sat through this move higher. But even at the worst, I was down maybe 25 or $30. That's how small, that's how far this is, the position. So this was next to nothing. Now the Nasdaq, I waited and waited. I just got in recently on the Nasdaq. I got in after the PMI news. And again, it's as far as I'm concerned, this. But again, it's Friday. You can take the markets are whippy. I don't really trust anything. However, the high PMI number today, shot yields up, should send the indexes down. And so, what? I'm going to see. I mean, I'm profitable. We're bouncing around the lows. I want to see whether or not we can now continue to take out, to set new lows, or whether or not with 1007. Well, let's see. So these are not typical AT trades. It's a bias to be short on the indexes. And like I said, I'm leaving here in about I don't know, half hour or so. I was going to play golf. So I'm going to probably, unless these things rally in my face, what's going to look at the dollar strength that's in the market right now. Okay, look how the yields have up significantly. Well, they were down before. Gold is getting thumped. Gold's down almost 2% right now. Silver, which was about even, is down 1.3%. The market it's the dollar is very strong. Okay, I think with this PMI today, reinforces the idea that we're going to get at least one more rate hike. People looking for inflation to come down. This is not a good number. This is a sticky number, and what are we looking at? And I've long held the opinion of that we're heading into a period of stagflation. I remember it well. I was alive in the 70s. I was just graduating college, mid 70s, and starting my investing career, my trading career. And I remember those times well. Stagflation was a pretty ugly time back in the mid to late 70s. And I think we're heading there again. What is stagflation? That's low economic growth, either stagnant or very slow growth, combined with stubbornly high inflation. Labor market is still pretty hot. This PMI number is a hot number. There's no getting around that, and that's going to give the market a little pause to think. So that's my story for this morning. After these moves, it's hard pressed to find a quote unquote AT trade. We just set new lows. I'm going to kind of follow this a little bit. Again, small positions. I'm up a little bit amount of money. Look what I did today. I've just been playing around today. 3 trades. When you take out the commissions, a whopping $11. Okay, because it's Friday. Markets are, like I said, the markets are very they're unsure. They just are unsure. And I'm waiting for the day. It's going to come when we're going to get that Friday scare going into the weekend. I've been waiting for it, and I'm not going. Look, especially not being here, I'm not going to put on a big position. Uh, especially, like I mentioned earlier, if you were on the call earlier, in my live futures account, because I can't trade. This is my demo prop account. I use this to test. I use this to do, to kind of plan out trades and things like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm trying to make money. I always try and make money, but we use this more, in as I teach, because I want to actually do real trades, but a lot of my trading is done personally because I am in the U.S. A lot of my personal trading is done in futures because I like trading the indexes and I like trading gold and silver, and you can't do that if you're in the U.S. on a foreign exchange platform, on an FX platform. So that's how I get around trading that. But no, I am trading this account seriously. I do want to make money in this account right here, but it's not, kind of what I'm looking at. Primarily tend to take maybe a little bit more chances on this account as well. It's always different, even though it's a prop account, and I guess there's some reality behind it. It's still a demo account. It's and it's hard to you don't sweat it out as much because it's a demo account. So what do we got here? Had a nice move down in the Nasdaq, and now it's retracing a little bit. Where are we down about 0.5%, a little less than 0.5%, but well off the lows. I had a nice profit in there, as you can see, well off the lows. Now the Russell continues to be the weak link, at least right now. Okay, let's see what the Dow is doing. Let's take a look at the Dow. Here's the Dow. So if you're looking at the 15-minute charts, just small picture, and as we're having some healthy retracements right now in the Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow. Russell 2000, it's set low, but it's still kind of a little bit weak, or the weak sister for right now, for all of these. So time is at 10:12. Yeah. Okay. So again, I'm just chipping away. I'd like to try and stay short. What do we got here? How much risk am I going to take? Let's just take a look here. I don't want to take a lot of risk when I'm not here. Let's just see what numbers we got. Hang on. And as you can see, why can't I pull up my risk? Can't pull up my risk yet. It's interesting. So we have here NASDAQ actually down. Oh no. This would be a hell of a rally back for the day. You can't, you just can't trust these indexes today. Any questions, by the way, so far? No? Anybody got anything interesting going on? So that's my bias. My bias is short. I'm gonna want, as a matter of fact, hang on a second. Let's do this. I did not, when I just put on random stops before, by the way, when I put these positions on, they were not calculated stops. So I just want to move this up to a calculated area. Just see what that is. Okay. So at least we'll put it up above the high of the day. If it takes out the high of the day. Oh, I can't I can't see what my dollar loss is. All right. Whatever. So I'll move that up to $1 a day. So my 10, let's just see here. Nasdaq 0.25, 1940, 12,950. Stop is 13,030. It's 80 points. All right. You know what? If it takes out the high of the day, it's I don't know, $150. Okay, I can live with that if it takes out the high of the day. All right, I'm still looking for a move back down lower. We'll see. Okay, any questions? Anybody? I wish I could tell you that there was an AT trade today. This PMI number right this second uh, pretty much threw everything out of whack. Uh, like this at all. Let me get out one of these things. Hang on a second. Hold on, hold on. Anybody see anything out there? Want me look look at dollar yen? You know, I just can't. Not jumping on any of these. Okay, dollar strength, dollar yen strength. Uh, you know, we were building. You know, look at all the dollar weakness, and then just came slam down. All this dollar strength came in, but it's a Friday morning. I don't know how they're going to resolve itself. Just take a look. We're still it's Russell 2000. Uh, it's still the weak sister, kind of all of them. Anybody have any questions? Okay. Anybody looking at anything? Hey, who's my friend? Let's just take a look at that euro yen trade. Just take a look. So euro yen, we were looking at yesterday on a short. How'd that trade work out for you? Are you out of that trade, if you don't mind asking? Or are you still in it? You're out, you're holding over the weekend? Just curious. We had a nice move down, a very nice move down. Set a new line. You know, just looking at it from strict AT standpoint at a 4-hour chart. Okay, what do we have setting up right now? We have a bounce trade setting up right now, but again, this is Friday. But for those of you who don't, you know, get the bounce trade, so what did we have here? Okay, we had a high, came in, right? We had a low, retracement, we set up a new high. All right, that made this line right here on the 4-hour chart key line in this episode move higher. Right, so when this line was now broken, again, this is Friday. I'm not holding over the week. Well, I can't hold it trades over the weekend, so I'm not holding over the weekend. But this is Friday, so you know you took out this line, which was a key line, and now if this were earlier in the week, we would be setting up a bounce trade. For those of you going to be holding this over a weekend, also, you know you have the high. This is the 4-hour chart. So yeah, the highs of the week have been in. So clearly, this is where your risk is up above here. All right, let's see what's going ahead here. And again, I you know I don't know what kind of room. Well, the Nasdaq must be rattling. Look, the Nasdaq is rallying. Okay. Is the 4-hour euro 4-hour? Hold on, no, it's the daily. Excuse me. Yes, daily. So you know, we're in a nice, you know, up move here. So you got to be, you know, let's see. Now, is that turning around? Well, let's just take a look. If you're looking at it, see the daily's had a big move up, right? So this is why we look at the bigger picture. Everybody, okay? If you have any questions, always see some questions. So give me a second. Okay. This is how we look at the bigger picture. All right. Yeah, you have to take. I mean, we're clearly in a very bullish move euro yen right now. Okay. Clearly, you know, here it is. Here's your daily chart. Look what's going on. That's a lot of strength. Now, are we calling up top here? Well, let's just take a look. Hang on a second. Let's look at the weekly. All right. Now you go weekly. Now again, this is not a day trade, clearly, but you know, we clearly we have some at 148.38, so we still have another 100 pips away of some room to take out the weekly. All right. To take out the daily. you still have plenty of room to take out the daily. So we're watching, we were doing the trade and looking at the 4 hour, right? If this were early in the week, this would be setting up as a bounce trade. Right? We would be looking to get short somewhere in this area, right? We took out this move down, we came back up, we get short somewhere up in this area with the stop above the high of the week. Okay, this will be a bounce trade, and we would expect a continued move down. So this is a classic bounce trade. Only problem is, at least for me, it's Friday, and I'm not going to hold this trade over a weekend. So if you're in a 4 hour chart right now, you got to be planning on holding this trade over the weekend. So hang on, let me get to questions. See if there's questions or answers. Still in. Great retrace for anyone wanting to get in. Well, there you go. Okay. So I actually agree. If I were trading this again over the weekend for me, which I can't on this account, right? So remember, I'm trading futures. I'm not on my real account right now. On this account, I cannot hold over the weekend. But yes, I agree with that. A great retrace for anyone to get in. And so interestingly enough, why is that? Well, at least the way we're using the Amazing Trader, combine that with what you're looking at on your side, whatever technical indicators. And thanks for adding this to the conversation. So I know you were talking about trend lines, and that's all great. I do look at trend lines from time to time, and they are important for me, but I really focus on what's going on in the AT lines. But using strictly the AT lines, this is your bounce trade. All right, here was the low before the high. Make sure you understand why it's this line and not this line. Okay, it's this line. Look, here's a high, here's a high, right? Where's the low point between the two? Right here. Okay, not here. Why is this not the key line? Because this move up did not take out this high. So when it came back down here to create this line, we're still in this move. Okay, and this is where the move started. It didn't set a new high before it came down. So when it finally broke the high over here, it's off of this move. So it's important everybody understands that. Okay, this way that we really identify the important preceding line. Okay, so now that we broke it, we're moving back up. A bounce trade would be occurring if this were Monday or Tuesday, and I wanted to put on a trade for a 4 hour time period. You can put on a trade right here, at least the way we do it. Put your stop around here. And now if you're holding this for a longer period, that's fine, but you would be able to, even on a 4 hour, which I'm not going to do today, but you would be able to get your take profit, all right, without having to set a new low for the week, which is ideal. So ideal, this is very important. Okay, guys, all right, very, very important to analyze the bounce trade. Yeah, what else will happen? Okay, if you get in up here and this does hold, we'll probably form another line here, which will give us a directional indicator. We've already tested this area. We kind of consolidated up here for a little bit before we started our move down. So now that we consolidated, started the move down, took out the previous low before the high, we're getting the bounce retracement up. Our bounce trade would be short anywhere in here, even from right here. Okay, if you want to hold it for your 1 1/8 to 1 risk reward ratio, or you can actually look to hold it for even a longer period of time. So yes, I agree. For anybody who can hold a trade over the weekend, then you can use a 4 hour chart clearly right here, and this would be your trade. And if you don't have a take profit on it, you can manage this trade if it does work out. And then we come down to, how do you know if it's going to work out? Well, the key thing will be, we'll set another line and we'll come down and we'll take out this low. Okay, that would continue this move down, which is exactly what we're looking for. And then where you get out is going to be up to you. I don't know what your risk reward is, and I don't know what you're looking for. For me personally, I want to get in and out of trades. You know, I don't like overstaying my welcome on trades, because the market just tends to just flip. Okay, and so I don't want to overstay my welcome when it comes to trades. So yeah, good trade. Here's a 4 hour chart. I repeat, if I had to personally, if I was keeping a trade over the weekend, then you can go short right up here on the 4-hour chart and look for a continued move down. Where it's going to go, for those of you who like, let's get rid of this because I'm not doing it. I don't know where your target is, but what I would be looking for if I were in that trade, I would also tend to throw on, Fibonacci. This is where I use it. Hang on. So we do, Fibonacci right here. So off of this move, a very good target at the very least would be the 38.2 down here. You'd have to take out this line, which we know is not that big of a deal. It's not that important, right? This line also not that big of a deal. This one came after the high, so we know that one's not as important. Okay, so let's remember that. Okay, now we already took out these two lines, so the next big one would be down here. So that you have to take out this line, and then you target 38.2 right over here, which would be coincidentally right there. Yep. Okay. Hey, we're on the same page. And you know what? What's really, really good about this is what you're learning to do, which I hope is beneficial to you. And thank you for the feedback. Okay. What you're learning to do, which is great. Okay. Some people, just rely strictly on the amazing trader lines. I rely, let's just say 90% on the amazing trader lines. However, hopefully what you're doing is you're incorporating what we're doing along with your own technical analysis. So you apparently have some experienced technical analysis. I don't know how you do overall trading, but I like the way you think and like the way you talk. And now you see how you can even use the amazing trader as our lines as an additional tool in your tool belt. So I know you like to use the amazing trader to help you figure out risk and size of trade, and so that's great. Also the lines, when they work according to whatever other technical indicators that you're using, and you see an amazing trader line, then that's great. Use that as an additional confirmation to whatever it is you're thinking. I would only tell you that if you're looking to get into something and it's contrary to an amazing trader line, I would just proceed with caution. Okay, that's all. I would proceed with caution because these amazing trader lines, and it all comes down with timing. So we agree on your first target. 145.35 would be right, I guess, right about here. All right, yeah, right about here. So the 50, right? So is that you're looking at the 38.2, and then you're looking at the 50, and then you're looking from there. You're looking at the probably 61.8. All right, would be my guess. We'd be looking at the right Fibonacci retracement. So if we think that this, but you got to be cautious. Okay, so I don't know what your overall thinking is. All right, but after this move, boom, here, a retracement into this area, now, not that I wouldn't hold on, but I would be, if you're in long over here, a short over here anywhere, which I know you got in yesterday, okay, then, I would not overstay my welcome, okay? Previous weekly highs to the left should also provide support. 4 hours. Well, this is the weekly high right here, okay? Oh, no, right up here, hold on. Really right up here, you're right here. Okay, but we took out last week's high, okay? Previous week's high. No, we took out, all of last week's stuff, okay, up here. But I like your thinking, okay? I like your thinking. We are definitely on the same page as to the opportunity here in a slightly longer time frame is to be short, right? I think we agree on that, and I think you have your stop in the right place. So thank you. There's nothing for me, unfortunately, nothing for me to get into right this second. Hold on, dollar. Now let's see what's going on. These markets are just, just wacky. Hang on. Let's see what's doing here. So now Dow is up. The weak sister is still the Russell 2000, but even that's coming back a little bit. Um, I really want to see what this risk is. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure why I'm not. It's my mouse. That's not. Let's try this. These are definitely slow here. These are very slow. Hold on. Let's see something. I move that up. Yeah, I don't know. So hold on. NASDAQ, I was in at 943 and I have a stop at 039. So it's 40 and 50 is 90. It's $200 if it rallies. You know what? I'm gonna leave these trades 10:30. Oh, hold on, guys. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry for this. I have to I did X. I'm going to pick up 11:15. Pick up Excel. Comfort. Hang on. 1 second, guys. Gotta. Second. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Just had to get myself an Uber. Going to play golf, and my car is in the shop. So hang on. Sorry about that. Mixing. It's March 30th. Oh, previous weekly high select shows on March 30th. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. Let's go back to your area. Right around here. Gotcha. Cool. All right. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. I can't get in. Boy, my computer is a little slow this morning. That is annoying. What is that? Let's go back to dollar yen. Any other questions? Anybody? Dollar index down, dollar yen. See, she's just whip, all over the place. Um, Wish I could tell you guys that there is an AT trade to follow. But on a Friday after the jumpiness in this market right now, you know, uh, yeah, I mean, just here's your market. Okay, here's the S&P. Okay, up, down, up. Okay, this is here. This is just today. Okay, you know, this is just today. Okay, so just very very choppy. So again, I got a short bias. I'm giving myself a little bit of room. Uh, Not a bad area to maybe get short. Let's see the S&P. See again, S&P. We came up here. Probably supposed to put a short on over here, but I want to put another short on. Hang on. 32. 5. Very small pieces, guys. Okay, I'm going to reset this in a second. 41.60. Oops. This is not where I'm putting my stop loss. Another small position. I'm not putting my stop loss all the way up here. Okay. I just threw that on. So I had a stop loss Okay, we'll leave that right there. Put another short on the S&P. Just chipping away. Okay. I'm not looking. I'm looking to see if we get a Friday afternoon dump, which we have not had. I know I keep repeating that. I'm gonna take a little shot, minimum risk, couple $100 on the trade. I may get out of. Let's just see. Here's the S&P 15, Nasdaq 15, Russell 2000. You know, see what happens. What time's it? 10:35. All right. I have. Anybody want to ask any questions? Okay. I'm open for questions. It's 10:35. Uh, there's really nothing, not a lot to discuss. Um, Markets are just they're kind of mixed, very flat, very mixed. Nothing much going on. Okay, S&P is even for the day. A whole lot of nothing. Anybody have any thoughts or comments? The markets have been grinding. It's really, I told you, it's very frustrating for the shorts, and so you got to be aware of that. Um, it's been very frustrating time for the shorts. All indications are pointing towards a lot of trouble in the economy. I personally don't believe that there's a quote unquote soft landing coming. Okay, and I want to be short, and I want to be short. Just it's hard. It's hard to get short and stay short, and because that's how the market grind. They'll grind you and grind you until the shorts give up, and that's when they'll dump it. Just the art of trading. At some point, it's going to turn, and I'd like to see it turn on a Friday. I like to see it build. I'm sorry to be, you know, negative on on the world or on what's going on, but build a little world of worry. Uh, get short these markets, get long the metals, and go for a ride. It's kind of a game plan, but you got to pick your spots. Okay, you really do. You got to pick your spots. Any other questions? Okay. Time's at 10:38. Yeah. Who knows? I'd love to get to the point before I leave where I could put some stop losses. Uh, but I'm not close to putting stop losses at break even. Otherwise, there's really not, there's not a lot to talk about, guys. Again, on a Friday, that's why I'm here to answer questions. I can, I can only tell you, not every day is depending on the market. Are there these amazing trades, that we really love to put on? Um, Come on, market dump. Time 10:39. To see how the market closes going into the 11 o'clock close. Really, As I'm going to be getting off in about 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer anything about the AT, how to use it, the lines, or anything like that. Um, I'm here. See what's going on. That was even. Nasdaq is down a little bit, S&P down a little bit, not a lot. Just watching, guys. Just want to see, get a feel as we go into 11 o'clock. Russell looks, in particularly the weakest still. Let's see what we got here. We're at lows here. Are we really going to dump, huh? I don't know. Here's the 1 hour chart. Yesterday's lows, or we got to take out. If we could take out yesterday's lows right here, we do have a chance to do some damage. That would be nice. This is the 1 hour chart. Boy, that would be nice. We could do some damage here. Normally, I would tell you on a Friday, my entry wasn't great. What is this? The Russell 2000. I told you, early. I was in early on this, so I sat through this just to get back down here. Common sense would tell me to get out right here, but that's common sense. And I'm looking for a dump on the marketplace, or at least a hope. Here we go, poking its head through. Come on, baby. Come on. So here's the 1 hour, poking its head through. Okay. And this is also Friday. So this is also weekly lows. All right, so that one's poking its head through. Any questions, anybody? I don't know that it's going to drop. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know that it's going to drop, but I like the momentum. We're not at lows yet on the S&P. We're not at lows yet on the Nasdaq. We are at lows on the Russell 2000. So if that puppy's going to lead us down, that's nice also. Hey guys, these are not big positions. When you're looking to do something like this, you can't be greedy. I'm not looking to be greedy because that's when you get sucked out of the market. When you try and be greedy, even if you have a good feeling, and like I'd like to see the market dump today, and I'd like to say I had a huge position on when it happened. I wish life worked that way. Yeah, when you have that huge position on, when you really put a big position on, even if your conviction is good, and you put that when you put a big position on, it's 10:45. Okay, it's psychologically it's very difficult to hold it when retracements are happening. All right, so we got lows in the SP right now. All right, we still don't have a new low in Nasdaq. We're setting new lows in. We're just about at the low on the Dow. We got new lows, and okay, let's take out the low of the day. What do we got here? Hold on. Let's look at this. Let's look at this S&P again. Yeah, I mean, once again, if we take out these lows, we can go for a ride. So, well, here we go. Well, poking its head through. Any questions, guys? Ladies, gentlemen, sorry. Boy, my computer is slow today. Wow. Guys, chart's good. Yeah. All right, new lows S&P. Poking its head through. It's a key area. If we could break through this area, we can go for a little ride today. But that would be nice. See, now this is what I mean. All right. If you were to have big positions on, or really, important, when it starts to do these little wiggles and these little retracements, it's like you rush to get out, and you just don't, and you don't have the patience, and you get concerned. So, right now, if it reverses on me, it reverses on me, but I'm comfortable staying short right this second. Okay, we just took out some lows here. We set new lows. This one right now, we didn't set a new low in Nasdaq. We just took out the low in the Dow. We took out the low in the S&P, and we took out the low in the Russell. Did not take out the low yet in the Nasdaq. Any questions, anybody? Okay. I'm only going to be hanging another, a few more minutes. So if you have questions, kind of, let's go. My game plan, it may sound a little reckless, but my game plan is just to leave these positions on and let, if my stop losses get hit, fine. If the markets reverse and they hit my stop losses, fine. Otherwise, I am going to leave these positions on. I do not have take profits in, and I'm going to root for just to see that the markets are just dropping all day. But you don't know. When you try, that's what happens when you try. When you get greedy. See what the markets are doing. Nasdaq down 0.5%, S&P down 0.36. Yields are up. That's hurting. Gold is down, silver's down. Right. All to be expected. All to be expected. Any questions? Okay. Does everybody understand what I did today or what I'm doing today? Again, not big positions. And when you don't put on big positions, when you watch your leverage, there's a comfort level to being able to stay in a trade. I don't know how these trades are going to work out. What I'm saying is that if the market dumps, like I think maybe it could, I can have a very nice day and not be here. On the other hand, if it does do a reversal, which can happen on a Friday, which can happen, just the way these markets are. And again, I'm very aware that these markets have grinded higher when Europe closes and we get into the New York, only New York open, that these markets have grinded higher. and I'm they have not closed the week. I'm very observant to that. Okay, so I'm aware it would not shock me to have these markets totally reversed today, and that's why you don't put on big positions. All right, that's why you watch your leverage, especially if you're taking um uh a a view of your own. Okay, I mean, if you have a position, so right now, as you can see, I'm not using any AT lines. All right, I mean, there is nothing here. Looking at the 15-minute charts, I mean, there's nothing here. All right, so my stops are all the way up above here, and we'll see. I couldn't tell you right now what to do, what trade to put on from here. I like being short, but we're at extended areas. Okay, we're at lows of the day. Or, close to, not on the NASDAQ. Okay, folks, any questions? I got a few more minutes. Happy to answer any questions anybody. Dollar is strong. Dollar yen is very strong. Dollar strong, It's in 2000, man, continues to be, the weak sister. Even when the S&P and the NASDAQ are rallying or trying to rally, this Russell 2000 is just, that's the weak sister. So remember, there's nothing AT, quote unquote AT going on here right now. I have a bias short on the index. This is just a play I'm making today. Yes, I've used my lines as where to put my stop losses and my risk, giving myself plenty of room because the markets do swing, and that's why I put on smaller positions so that I don't sweat when they have these retracements that very often will get you out of a trade only for your original thought to continue. Okay, so if it comes back up into here, if it comes back up into here, so be it. Okay, so be it. This is a play I'm making. This is a quote unquote macro play. I want to be clear. Okay, because I want to be short the markets. I've been waiting. I've been talking about having a bias of short the markets, of short the indexes. I've been talking about that for a while now. We know that. But I've also been cautioning everybody that these markets, the indexes, have been very, very sticky, okay, and resilient, surprisingly so. And therefore, you gotta watch yourself. Okay, there's definitely mixed opinions in the marketplace right now of how we're going to resolve the economy. That's rallying now. S&P rallying a little bit. I know. 1054. All right, guys. You know what? Those are my positions for the day. I have my stop losses in. I'm willing to, have these things rally into my face while I'm not here. Lose a few $100 for the possibility of getting a Friday collapse. Right. we're due for a Friday sell-off. We have not had a Friday sell-off in a while. And that's the market needs a little bit more fear in it. And I will tell you, if you get a Friday sell-off and you go into the weekend after a big Friday sell-off, there will be fear. Don't know if it's going to happen today. But when you throw in the fact that we're at the tops of the ranges already on the indexes, we're already at some pretty high points on the indexes on the longer term treasuries. Okay, so we have that working for us. When we throw that in, and then you throw in that higher PPI number, this PMI number, excuse me, this morning. When you throw that in on top of it, that was I think because of interest rates, every interest rate sensitive economic indicator has been coming in showing that interest, that inflation, any inflation number has been coming in, has been showing a moderation of inflation. And the market has been working on the fact that the inflation is definitely subsiding. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is gonna, throw a wrinkle into that or not. So we'll see. As you can see, I'm kind of mezza, as we say, break even right now. So this will be a day, to lose a few hundred or to potentially maybe, if I'm right, make a little bit more than that. So we'll see. All right, guys, I have to go. Everybody have a great weekend. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation. Remember, it's Friday. Please be careful. Okay. And watch what you're doing. Small position sizes. Good luck on your euro yen. I hope that's the top. And if you want to root for me while I'm out playing golf, root for a market debacle for today. and I'll be smiling. All right, guys. But I don't know that that's going to happen. Okay, I really don't. All right, it's not a it's not an AT based short term trading decision. It's a macro. Again, I want to repeat before this is a macro call. Okay, so. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You guys have a great weekend as well, and we'll pick this thing up first thing on Monday morning. Good luck with your positions, and just be carefully, tread lightly on Friday, or hop on board my shorts. Oh, excuse me, that didn't sound right. hop on board my short positions if you want, but with small positions, guys. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day and a great weekend, and we'll talk on Monday morning first thing.